Hi guys, good evening, and welcome back once again to The Ed Word. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video, I will be discussing what I thought of the latest and possibly greatest episode, if not this season, of the whole freaking series of Invincible, which dropped its newest episode today on Amazon Prime. I just got done watching it. Oh my God. So much to talk about and unload here. Before I get into all of that, please be warned, this is a spoiler-filled review, so if you're not caught up on Invincible by the latest and greatest episode, which is episode 7 of season 3, you don't want to keep watching or listening. Again, I emphasize huge spoilers to follow, so if you're not caught up on Invincible, do not watch or listen to this video. That being said, you have been warned. Let's dive right back into it. Holy shit. You know, my friend at work earlier today told me I was going to like this episode. He was right. He had seen it before me, so he knew exactly what I was in for, and he was right. That was fantastic. Oh my God, it was exciting. It was emotional. It was fast-paced. It was engaging, gripping. All the things you want out of excellent storytelling. And you know, the loss of life is astronomical, all the people who have died. And now considering the loss of heroes, like we lost a lot of known heroes. And when I say unknown heroes, I mean heroes we've never met or seen before till now. A lot of them were killed. I wasn't too worried about Immortal or Duplicate. They've both managed to bounce back from death before. I guess Shapesmith was okay despite being ripped in half, but I guess his core wasn't ripped in half, so I guess he's expected to make a recovery. I was bummed to see Rex go, although Rex has survived death before, but this might be different since he did it to himself, basically blowing himself up in order to kill that version of Mark, I think. So my point is we could still see him, or maybe not, I don't know, but that might have been the end of Rex. But at least some of our characters survived this. I liked how Donald was willing to go out there into the fight, knowing that he's a robot now, and that he's strong, so he was more than capable of defending himself and other people, so good on Donald, that was great. I also loved how Powerplex even seemed to lend a hand, but also seemed only interested in killing or hurting Invincible, which was great for him because he got to hurt or take on a couple other versions of Invincible. But of course, the Invincible he wants the most, our Invincible, you know, he still couldn't quite have him. And I like how everybody was just so done or over Powerplex by the end of this episode. They're like, just get him out of here. Just amazing episode, you know, a violent, exciting, action-packed. I love seeing all the different Marks fighting all the different heroes all over the world. The fight between Mark and Angstrom was pretty cool. Angstrom's robot technicians turning on him. Also, Angstrom surviving that pounding, that pummeling. Oh my God, that was so unbelievable. Like, unbelievable in the terms of, like, that was unbelievable. You cannot survive a pummeling like that. But then again, it's a show, it's a cartoon, it's a superhero story. Anything's possible. So I'm willing to overlook that. If that's how they have to bring him back to life for this episode, then so be it. And now he's out there, one-armed, at the mercy of his robot technicians, which is pretty interesting. So we'll see what happens there. I liked how he anticipated the other Marks turning on him too. You know, a lot of them were so much more vicious and psychopathic than the Mark we're used to. Like, some of them were a bit tame or not as bloodthirsty, but God, a lot of them were just absolutely savage and psychopathic. It was almost unsettling. This must have been an interesting, if not challenging episode for the very talented, the very good Stephen Young to perform, because he must have done some serious vocal fluctuations and changes in his voice, and, you know, changing his voice from regular Mark to this version of Mark to that version to that version to that version. So this must have been one hell of a challenging performance for him, but I think he absolutely nailed it. So hats off to him and to everybody who contributed to this episode. Everybody did a fantastic job, but Stephen Young must have had an especially difficult time performing as so many different versions of the same character. So hats off to him. And then by the end of this episode, this new character arrives, and of course my reaction was, oh, I have no idea who this is. I am completely unfamiliar with the Invincible comics. I know nothing about it. I do not know what is to come, who that is, what it means. So I'm just along for the ride, like many of you who are not familiar with the comics. Obviously, it's another Viltrumite. Sounds like he came to check on Mark's progress on taking over the Earth. Obviously, not going so well from the Viltrumite side of things. But I do like how Mark is like, dude, I've been through so much right now. All I want to do is hit something. And then the episode ends with those two closing in on each other, ready to go at it. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, overall, fantastic episode. Gripping, thrilling, emotional. You know, in the beginning of the episode, before the shit hit the fan, and we saw the lovey-dovey stuff with Ray and Rex, I'm like, one of them or both of them are gonna bite it in this episode. And sure enough, Rex bought it. So I was like, damn it, I hate being right. Because when it showed them being all cutesy and lovey with each other, I'm like, one of them is gonna die or both of them are gonna die, and that's gonna be the real tragedy, the sad thing here. But only Rex seemingly passed. I think Ray still survived this, so at least she's still alive. But a lot of other people aren't. A lot of other superheroes are gone. And I like how they showed us Immortal survived, but he's obviously done with this kind of thing, wants to start a family with Duplicate. Great, awesome. I'm sure when the war comes from the Viltrumites, he'll be willing to saddle up again and take them on, but who knows when that'll happen. Excellent episode. Can't emphasize that enough. I enjoyed it so much. I might have enjoyed this more than the episode when Alan and Omni-Man busted out of prison, although that was a pretty fantastic episode too. But wow, what an episode this was. So I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. What did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you love it? Were you expecting more, expecting less? What are your thoughts for the season 3 finale that's dropping next week? Let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comments section. Have a wonderful rest of your night. The season 3 finale of Invincible drops in 1 week, guys. And 1 week we get the final episode of the season already. Can you believe it? I can't. Man, where did the time go? Have a great rest of your night, everyone. Thanks for watching. And of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.